ahead of Cyril Desprez by 10 minutes in the end, but Paulandus Uluvazeta also had a good day in third. And Komar now nearly an hour clear at the top of the field. Difficult stage, said Mark Komar afterwards, which became even more tricky after the sandstorm. Had a good starting position at the beginning of the stage, but there are a lot of stones hidden in the sand, so that made life pretty tricky. Second part was sandier, that was easier. I managed to catch Cyril and then rode with him to the finish. We made it through together. For the car drivers as well as for the bike riders, it was going to be a tough day. And another well-known face in these parts, Nasser Al-Attiyah. The Qatari driver and his BMW have been going very quickly over the last few days. This terrain would play directly into his hands. But what about the overall battle as they headed into Mauritania? Well, Volkswagen had the overall lead and the upper hand. It changed before the rest day. Giniel de Villiers taking over in front from Carlos Sainz. Now perhaps was a chance for the Spaniard to strike back, but problems got to him first. Not far into the stage, he got stuck. And worse than that, it transpired that Sainz was suffering with a power steering problem. In these conditions, and particularly with a marathon stage and no service awaiting at the end, drivers have to try and keep the car in prime condition. For Sainz, it was going to be a long and physically laborious day. Sainz, of course, grew up in Spain, and rallying on tarmac and then in the forests was his first birthing place. But Nasser Al-Attiyah has been on this sort of terrain ever since he learned how to drive. It's meat and drink to him, and if ever there was a stage designed for him, perhaps this was the one. Which isn't to say that he went through completely trouble-free. His BMW looking a little battered, but he was certainly well up in the lead group at every checkpoint. Last year's winner Luke Alphon has been, like most of the Mitsubishis, struggling a little throughout this year with problems, but they have been designed specifically for the long haul, not for the short high-speed sprint stages. Seeing Sainz in problems, he immediately turns around and looks for another way through. Experience will tell you where the soft holes are, and Alphon, like Sainz, still has to get a few more years to be able to match the real experts. But he had a good day, all things considered. Any car that doesn't get stuck is being driven by Superman or the hand of the Almighty. Alphon had a good run through, coming across the line at the end of the day in third position, and using car's jacking system to try and help them get out. The automatic deflators allow them to drop the tyre pressure. The sand's very soft, he said. There was another car, and so we went the other way round, but the surface here was too soft as well. With the tyre pressures lowered, more grip available, and Mitsubishi makes its way to firmer standing. As they came into Mauritania, Volkswagen were 1, 2, 3, Mitsubishi languishing further down the order. But it has become more of a desert Dakar than a stony piste Dakar. The Mitsubishis have started to rise towards the top. At the start of this morning's stage, Volkswagen had the top two positions, with 3 Mitsus racked up right behind them. Top of which was former multiple winner Stefan Peter-Hansel. If anyone knows how to find their way through the desert, Peter-Hansel is that man. And today, second on the stage, he had a good run through.
Idole